So, last week's video, bit of a downer, bit of a bummer. I I was going through it, and if you didn't see last week's video, the main crux of the issue is I lost one of my jobs. I've been working 2 jobs just to make ends meet, and I lost one of those jobs. And when I recorded that video a week ago, exactly a week ago at this point, exactly, um, how do I put it? I was completely overwhelmed and very much just not just trying to figure things out, and just hurt and overwhelmed and scared and confused and all the things I usually am when I end up in a situation like that. This week, I'm feeling better. I think I would dare to say much better. Like, still maybe not great. I'm still figuring things out. I still don't have answers, but I have some new goals I've set up for myself. I have some new projects I'm working on. Not even new projects, well, kind of. I look, this video is just going to be a kind of grab bag update about some things that are going on in my life and some things that I've talked about in the past that I just kind of wanted to really address, or I just wanted to address really quick, rather. And so I'm planning to just kind of go through them fairly rapid fire and just give some thoughts. But I figured I should start out. I know how to talk. I swear I know how to talk. I kind of just wanted to start out saying, my head. How do I phrase this? Things have not necessarily changed from last week. I still only have one job, and thus only one income, and I'm still figuring things out. But at least my headspace is in a much better place. And like I said, I have projects and goals I'm working on. I don't quite want to talk about those yet. We'll get there. But yeah, no. So I have a list of some things I wanted to talk about really quick. So we'll just go down the list, okay? And I'll give myself something to play with, because I always talk better when I have something in my hands and something to play with. Okay, so like I said, I still have my restaurant job. I'm no longer working for my mother, and that puts me in an interesting position. I am applying for jobs. I am looking. Some things might change soon. I will keep you guys updated. So getting away from me for a minute, aside from the fact that, this is still my video and my channel and thus my opinions, but some things outside me that I wanted to talk about really quick. Mostly D23. I said in my last video that I was thinking about doing a video regarding D23 and the announcements there, and I don't know if I want to do a whole video about it, just because I'm thinking about what to do with my channel, but I figured I'll just go ahead here and give some of my thoughts. Star Wars, I don't care anymore. MCU, I'm mildly interested in what Marvel is going to do with the X-Men. I'm willing to give that a chance. Vision Quest actually looks kind of interesting. I think I am emotionally invested enough to give that one a chance. And yeah, that one at least looks compelling. So I'm down for Vision Quest. Frozen 3, okay, look, I have really mixed feelings on the Frozen franchise, which is I hate the first one, but I actually really like the second one. And my reasons for hating the first one is because the political intrigue in the first one makes no sense, and I just cannot overlook that. It's so nonsensical. I get that it's a kids movie, but it just doesn't work, and the writing in that is inherently flawed. And I am aware that the writing in the second one is also inherently flawed, but at least I like the storyline better, and I like what they did with Elsa more in the second one. And also, Show Yourself is one of my favorite Disney songs, period. So I have very mixed feelings on the Frozen franchise as a whole, and I'm kind of just waiting to see what they're gonna do with this one. The preview or the teaser we saw of the villain, obviously it looks like they're just kind of reusing the evil Elsa design from the original movie concept art, and they're just now bringing that in as another villain. Could be interesting. We will see what they do with it. Maybe. I don't know what to expect from Frozen 3. I will say the concept of the villain seems to be interesting. Okay, I have no investment in Anna and Kristoff as a couple. So, their wedding being crashed, don't care. I cannot bring myself to care. I just want to see what they're going to do with Elsa this time. That's about it. Let's see. Is there anything else D23 related? Oh, the Tinkerbell panel. Part of why I didn't plan to do a D23 video last week was because, D23 was still going on, and specifically I was waiting for the Tinkerbell panel because I love the Tinkerbell movies, especially Tinkerbell and the Legend of the Neverbeast. The first few Tinkerbell movies kind of whatever, but they were getting so much better as they went along until you got to Secret of the Wings and Legend of the Neverbeast, which were so good. And apparently that whole department got cut so that money and people could be resourced to making more Frozen stuff, which, considering what I just said about my relationship with Frozen, I resent that so much. And so when they announced that there was gonna be a Tinkerbell panel, I was one of the people who was really hoping we were gonna get a new Tinkerbell movie. Last year we got the The Wings of Starlight book by Alison Saft, I believe, which was really popular and sold way more than I think Disney anticipated, considering how hard it was to get my hands on that book. And then we just had Wings of Reverie by Alice Bright come out. I have not read either one yet. I own them both. I'm getting to them. My TBR is so long. But yeah, no, those books, I think, surprised Disney in just how popular they are. So I had really hoped that the fact we got a panel at D23 meant we were going to get some kind of announcement. Obviously, I was not at D23. I was just watching the news come out. So yeah, finding out that there was pretty much nothing coming out of that panel, there was no announcements. It really feels like maybe they were just testing the water and we might get an announcement next time. But still, I'm disappointed that we didn't get more out of that panel. That was a bit of a letdown. And so I think that's I have this as a separate category. So what we did get out of D23 that caught my attention was we got more about the live action Tangled, which I've done a couple videos on that already talking about the costumes. And so we got close-up high-def shots and video shots of Rapunzel and the outfits. Rapunzel looks fantastic. I've seen some people complain that the actress, sorry, I don't remember her name right now. I've seen a couple people be like, oh no, she doesn't have the round face and the big eyes now. I like her look for Rapunzel. This dress has absolutely grown on me the longer I've kind of sat with it. I'm game. I'm down for this. And then, of course, we got this clip of Gothel. And hearing her say, Rapunzel, oh god, shivers down my spine. Catherine Hahn was fantastic casting for Gothel. I'm not really expecting this movie to blow me out of the water the way 2015 Cinderella did, but I'm optimistic that I think it will at least be enjoyable enough in compared to a lot of the other Disney live action movies. One thing that really caught my attention is we got this message greeting from the Flynn and Rapunzel actors, and they were talking about how they were on set in Spain and they were filming all these beautiful real locations. That was one thing. They specifically said real locations.
Hello, D23! We are devastated to be missing D23 with you all, but we are busy filming in beautiful Spain.
What movie we're filming?
Tangled!
Tangled, right. And since we can't be there in Anaheim right now, we thought we would bring España to you. We have been traveling throughout all of Spain, shooting some very real and very beautiful places.
It's true. Monasteries, cathedrals, beautiful natural locations.
Anyway, can't wait to share more with you in the coming months.
Until then, goodbye, D23. We love you!
And I think Disney has heard people saying we are so sick of this green screen CGI. I won't say slop, because it's like CGI and green screen absolutely has its place in movie making. I'm not opposed to them on principle. I'm just so tired of it being overused. And so often, because studios want to do these backgrounds for cheap and they want it to save money, as opposed to like just taking a crew out to an actual location, that line felt pointed. I felt like that was a line that the executives and producers were like, we need you to emphasize that these are real locations and that this is real places. We need you to emphasize that this is actually on set, that this isn't just sound stages. And you know what? Fine. You at least are selling me something I want in that case, and I will support that. Please keep doing more on-location filming, Disney. Please. And you know, what's kind of frustrating is it's like, so a lot of this information was coming out the day I lost my other job, right? And oh my god, I had told my boyfriend, like, I need something to go right. I need something in my life to get better. And then we're looking at the news out of D23, and I'm like, okay, well, that looks interesting. Oh, they're emphasizing that they're filming on location. Disney is doing something right. Just to clarify to the universe, when I said I want/need things to go right in my life, I meant my personal life. I didn't mean Disney behaving better. I meant I need my life to improve. Because if I make more money, I can give Disney more money, and it would be mutually beneficial for all of us, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not that I want to just like blindly give my money to a big corporation. It's more that I want to be able to go to Disneyland without having icky feelings around Disney, if that makes sense. And like Disney Plus just announced a deal with Darmon, of all people, Darman, however you pronounce it. And I'm just like, okay, well, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, I guess. So yeah, no. I have very mixed feelings about Disney right now, but I continue to be mostly impressed with what I'm seeing out of the Tangled live action. Now that they're done, it seems, recording in public or filming in public, I don't think we're gonna get a lot of updates on that for the next few months at least, especially since the movie isn't set to come out until 2028. So I think it's probably gonna be radio silence on that for a little, aside from like occasional news bits. Similar to where we are with the How to Train Your Dragon 2 live action. I'm only mentioning this here to say there is still nothing to report. There is still no sign of what Phil Dunster is going to look like as live action Eret, son of Eret. Universal still has not reached out to me to approve that design. Yeah, no, it appears I'm going to be completely left out of that. I swear I'm joking. In case I hope anyone watching this knows that I'm joking about that. Like, yes, would I love if I were special enough that, you know, Universal was like, oh, hey, you're one of Eret's biggest fangirls. Let's give you an advanced look at what Eret's gonna look like. Would I love that? Obviously I would. But that's... I am aware of my current place in the universe, okay? I can joke about it, but I do know. I do know. Okay, so we've covered D23, live action Tangled, the lack of updates on live action How to Train Your Dragon 2. Let's jump over to a completely different subject. That is Love and Deepspace. I did a video about this. I don't know if that video was very good. I started playing this game a little over a year ago, and I love playing the game. I love Silas. Like, I wear 8 rings, and 3 of them are related to Silas. At least, yeah, 3 of them are related to Silas, and so he's my main. I absolutely love playing him, and I really enjoy playing that game. However, at the end of June, Infold announced a 6th love interest that they were going to add to the game, and when I saw him, I was like, I'm all in. I am so here for Valko. I am so excited to be a Valko and Silas main. I'm on board. Sign me up. Yada. And then they canceled him a few days later. And because of that, the player base, in large part, has been boycotting the game. And it has been very interesting, because I have learned more about gaming in China and Chinese political procedures, and just I've learned more about that than I ever thought I would. And I swear right now we're watching gaming history be made with how this boycott has gone, and just the way Infold has been losing money hand over fist, and watching them desperately try to get people to come back and try to boost their numbers, and also like trying to appease the government. And I don't know. I really don't know if there's any way for them to come back at this point. Like, even if they bring Valko, who is the canceled love interest, even if they bring him back, I don't know I don't know if that's enough to rebuild player trust at this point. And I'm sitting here like I said, I'm a Silas main for the most part. And I really like Raphael as well. Specifically, I loved the... Sorry, I got ink on my hand. I really loved the Lemurian sea god myth for Raphael that we got last year. But I've also kind of realized that, like, I like that, but not necessarily enough to consider myself a Raphael main. Like, I'm much more interested... I loved that myth. That was so good. And it's... Yeah, I'm a Silas main, right? And so far, the stuff that they've released during the boycott has been Caleb, and now a new Raphael myth that doesn't interest me quite as much. They just announced a Silas rerun, and I'm sitting here going, I knew it was coming. I think just a day or two ago, I was talking to my boyfriend about it, and I was like, well, the Raphael myth is failing, and it's not bringing in nearly as much income as they probably hoped compared to other myths. The next character we're going to see them do something with is Silas, and that's the one that might actually be hard for me to not pull for. And then last night, sure enough, I got a YouTube notification that they'd released a new trailer, and it is a rerun for the No Defense Zone card, which is one that I've been waiting for, because it's infamous for being the Silas riding crop card. And it's like, I'm telling myself, okay, this is an older card, it's not that long, there's not as much story to it. As much as I would like to have this card to complete my collection, I can let it go. The day we get a new Silas card, just bring Valko back. Seriously, Infold, just bring Valko back. And the worst part is, so Gamescom is about to happen in Germany, right? And of course, Infold has a booth there. And they're bringing cosplayers. And there's 6 booths that are set up in their area. So there's 11 Deepspace area, and then there's 6 booths. And obviously 5 of them are for the current love interests we have. And the question is, okay, is the 6th booth just left over because they couldn't not build it there because this was planned to have Valko? Are they just gonna leave it blank? Are they gonna make an announcement that they're bringing him? What's I don't know. And at the time I'm recording this, we've got 2 or 3 more days until Gamescom actually starts. And I'm just watching the speculation on Twitter and just like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I really don't know what to expect. I mean, I hope they bring Valko back, because I have not played the game in weeks, which has been very weird, and sometimes I think about it and it's like, I've gotten quite a bit of my life back in terms of time, especially with my current budget. It's very nice that I'm not buying the monthly pass and stuff like that. They just announced a new paid Silas card, and I'm like, this is the first time since I started playing that I'm not buying the paid Silas card. So I guess it's good for my budget that I'm not playing right now, but I still wish they would bring Valko back. And over the next couple days, we will see what happens with Gamescom, whatever. But, the fact that, so the myths run for 2 weeks, right? The fact that less than a week into this Raphael myth, which is not doing the numbers compared to every other myth, pretty much, the fact that less than a week in they've announced a rerun of a Silas card tells me they're desperate. It reeks of desperation and just trying. And maybe they also moved it up so much because they are going to announce Valko, and maybe we're going to get Valko's launch in between this myth and Zane's birthday coming. I don't know. And it's like, maybe I'm being optimistic, and maybe I don't know what to expect at this point, and I really don't know what to think. So I'm kind of rambling at this point, but it's really like, it's such a weird situation to be in, where it's like, there was this character I was getting so excited for, and then he's just gone, and then it's turned into this whole boycott. And the funniest thing I was thinking about is there is so much Valko merch now, right? Just made from fan artists and stuff. There's plushies, there's there's all these, there's plushies, there's stickers, there was someone who was making a backpack design, and I don't know if that's launched yet, but there is so much Valco merch out there. I have a Valco keychain hanging on my thing over by my desk. But the point is, it's like I have Valco merch, and there's so much Valco merch out there, and artists are making money off it, and Infold is losing money so fast because they just won't release the doggo. They won't give us the wolf, and so all the fan artists are getting all the money, and it's being donated to wolf sanctuaries and other places. It's just so crazy to watch how this whole thing is gone. Yeah. So that is most of my non-personal updates. Now, here's my update. I have mentioned before in other videos that obviously I want to get back to original writing, and I really thought that by this point in this year I would be back to original writing. The thing is, I have a fanfic that I originally started almost 12 years ago now that I abandoned after a while, but I decided to go back to it last year and finish it to like rebuild my confidence as an author. And it's been a bit of an interesting situation because superhero stories are not my specialty and not what I'm good at as a writer. But I promised myself I was going to finish that fic before I moved back to original writing. And I am very pleased to announce that I have 2.5 chapters to go. And the other day, I just sat down and I finished chapter 35. I was just like, just write the fight scene, and it doesn't have to be great, just get it done and get it out. And I did. And so that was the first part of the final battle, and now I'm on the second part. Other night, I sat down, busted out 1,600 words in a couple hours, and that's the second of the 3 villains in the final battle down. There's one left. This is going to be a bit complicated because it's a lot of moving parts involved in this part of the fight, but I have like 2.5 chapters, 2 2/3 chapters left on this fanfic, and then I'm done. And after that, the last 2 chapters are just going to be conversation and wrap up and character stuff, and that part I'm hoping will go quickly because that's the part I'm good at writing and is a lot easier for me to write than big fight scenes. So I'm very excited with the progress I've made on that. I did night before last was when I busted out 1,600 words and got one of the villains taken out. I wasn't able to do any writing last night because I had some other stuff to work on. I don't know when this chapter will be done. I don't know when chapter 36 will be done, but I'm hoping to be able to work on it over the next few days. Very excited about that. And so I'm hoping that soon enough I'll be able to start talking about original writing on this channel, and I'm very, very excited to get back to that. And that was kind of like the main purpose, and the whole reason I made this video was mostly just to get to the fact that I am almost done with this fanfic. I am actually making progress on this fanfic, and it's almost done, and I'm so excited. Once it's done, I can start focusing on original writing and drawing again, and I'll be shifting the focus of this channel. Yeah, that's everything that's going on in my head right now, and that's everything that's on my mind. And that's what this channel is right now, is just whatever is on my mind. So there we go. Thank you for taking this little tour through my mind this past week. I'm hoping to talk about other projects coming up soon, namely once the fanfic is done. So I'll keep you posted. I also have a couple ideas for other videos and things I want to talk about, but I will let you know when we get there. So again, thank you so much for coming on this little tour of my mind at the moment and watching this video. I really appreciate it. Love to hear your thoughts on any of the topics I discussed. Let me know down in the comments, and I don't know, man, if you liked this video, if you liked this video, check out some of my others, or even just maybe wait around and just be here for when I get to start talking about original writing again. Okay, I'm done. I'm done rambling now. Thank you again so much for watching this video, and I have to go get ready for the job that I do still have. So until next time, stay safe, take care, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye!